Take out the filler. Society makes women out to be mysterious, but they're just people like us, with predictable emotional triggers that, when used correctly, can make them think about you all the time. Now, before you start complaining about manipulation, know this. I'm not talking about tricking or lying to someone. I'm talking about understanding human psychology and using it to your advantage. Too many men make the mistake of chasing women like needy puppies. They overdo it with compliments, investments, and thoughts, thinking that she'll notice them magically. That's not how it works. Men who act like servants don't make women crazy. Women are crazy about men who make them feel what they want to feel. Intrigue, curiosity, and even anger. You can't get women to become obsessed with you by giving them gifts and attention. Instead, you have to play on their feelings. The truth is that most guys are too predictable. They tell her everything right away, so there's no mystery, challenge, or spark. Then they wonder why she drifts off so fast. If you want a woman to be crazy about you, you have to do something different to catch her eye and keep her guessing. In this video, I'll show you 7 psychological tricks that will hook her emotions and keep you on her mind. 24 hours of don't waste your time with gimmicks. These are strategies that work because they're in line with how attraction and desire work naturally. If you're sick of being ignored or left behind, pay attention. These tricks will change how you see yourself as well as how women see you. Let's begin. Don't be clingy. Be scarce. One of the strongest psychological tools for attraction is the idea of lack. It's simple. People value things that seem rare or hard to get. If you make yourself too approachable, you lower your value without meaning to. Women, like men, are naturally drawn to things that feel exclusive or hard to get. If you want her to be crazy about you, you need to learn how to stop taking on too much. This will help you be scarce without coming off as rude or uncaring. If a man texts a woman all day, agrees to every plan she makes, and makes it clear that she's their top priority, it might seem like a way to show interest, but it often backfires. She begins to take you for granted instead of feeling flattered. After all, if you're always there, where's the fun or challenge? Being scarce doesn't mean playing childish games or ignoring her to make her chase you. It means having your own life priorities and commitments that don't revolve around her. When she sees that your time is valuable and that you're not just sitting around waiting for her attention, it sends a strong message that you're a man with a purpose, which is attractive. Scarcity also affects communication. If you're always the first to text or answer, you're not giving her time to miss you. Allow the conversation to flow naturally. When you're not constantly in her face, she has time to think about you, which makes you more interesting. It's important to remember that scarcity doesn't mean ignoring her or being so far away that she doesn't care about you. It means finding a way to show her that you're interested without being desperate. For example, if she asks you to go on a date, don't always say yes if you're really busy. Tell her you'll see her again. This gently reminds her that she's not the center of your world, and it makes the time you do spend with her feel more special. Think of it this way: exclusive experiences. Because they're not easy to get to, rare items and limited chances are always more desired. By presenting yourself as picky about where they spend their time and energy, you will become more attractive. Finally, don't mistake being scarce for being cocky. The goal isn't to make her feel unimportant, it's to show her that you value yourself. When you carry yourself with self-respect and show that you have a fulfilling life outside of her, you create an irresistible sense of intrigue. Being scarce doesn't mean manipulating her, it means respecting yourself and encouraging her to do so. When you master this balance, women will not only be drawn to you, but also can't stop thinking about you two staying together. If you want a woman to become obsessed with you, stay mysterious. Avoid being completely transparent. Mystery is one of the most powerful but overlooked things in the world. Tools in attraction. It keeps her guessing and wanting to learn more about you when she doesn't fully understand you. Her interest keeps her interested. The biggest mistake men make is telling too much too soon. When they meet someone they like, they start telling them about their problems and struggles in life, your hopes and dreams. You might think that talking about your past relationships in the first few talks shows that you are open and vulnerable, but it actually takes away from the fun of getting to know you. Keeping things mysterious doesn't mean lying or hiding. Pacing how much you reveal is all it means. For example, don't answer every question in great detail. Just say enough to keep the conversation going without giving away everything. For example, if she asks about your weekend, don't go over every single detail. Just say that it was great and that you did some interesting things. If she wants to know more, she can ask follow-up questions. For surprises to work, things must be hard to guess. Don't be too predictable with your actions or habits. If she knows exactly when you'll text, what you'll say, and how you'll act, she'll be too excited. Goes away. Change things up a bit. Don't text her good night every night, for example, or make spontaneous plans instead of adhering to the same routine. Having passions and goals that she doesn't fully understand yet adds to the mystery. If you're always working on something interesting, it makes it seem like your life is exciting and full of depth. When she sees you as someone with layers to uncover, she'll want to learn more. Being calm and collected is another way to stay mysterious. Don't feel the need to explain yourself every time there's a misunderstanding or a lull in the talk. Let her enjoy the uncertainty it brings. I am interested in a man who doesn't feel the need to over-explain or over-communicate. He seems strong and sure of himself at the same time. Being mysterious doesn't mean being silly or far away to the point of being annoying. You need to find a balance, show interest, engage in deep conversations, and give her space. Keep enough of the mystery going so she wants to come back for more. Remember that mystery isn't about being hard to understand. It's about making people feel like there's always more to learn about you. Once you master this, she won't just be intrigued. She'll become hooked. 3 trigger emotions. If you want a woman to be crazy about you, think about how you make her feel. Attraction isn't based on reason, it's based on feelings. Women aren't crazy about the guy who checks off all the boxes on paper. They're crazy about the guy who makes their heart race and makes them think about him long after the conversation is over. Most men struggle with trying to impress women with facts, accomplishments, or status, which may initially be helpful, but ultimately fails to establish an emotional connection. A woman may admire your success, but she won't be obsessed with it. Instead, she'll be obsessed with how you make her feel. So how can you elicit emotions in others? It starts with genuinely being interested in what she has to say about her thoughts, feelings, and experiences. When you listen and reply in a way that makes her feel understood, she connects with you and feels safe. To show her you care, you have to really listen to what she has to say, not just agree with everything she says. Creating shared experiences is another way to get people to feel something. Do something fun or memorable with your partner, like trying something new or discovering a special place in the city. Dopamine is a chemical associated with pleasure and interest. When she feels happy or excited around you, her brain connects those feelings with you. Playfulness is another powerful tool. Laughing with her or making fun of her in a light-hearted way builds a bond that goes beyond simple talks. When used right, humor is one of the fastest ways to connect with someone on an emotional level. It lowers defenses, builds trust, and keeps conversations fun. On the other hand, don't be afraid to show emotional depth. Many men avoid talking about serious things because they think it's too heavy. but talking about your problems or interests builds trust and a deeper connection. Fit is important. Don't turn every talk into therapy, but also don't be afraid to show her that you're human. Finally, leave some room for surprise. If every interaction is the same, it gets boring. Surprise her with a thoughtful message, a fun date idea, or even just enough of a pullback to make her wonder what you're thinking. In the end, it's all about balance. You want her to feel excited, comfortable, curious, and connected when she's with you. If you can make her laugh, keep her interested, and show her that you care, she'll not only want to be with you, but also find it hard to stop thinking about you for beings. Be unexpected. Being predictable is one of the fastest ways to lose her interest. If she always knows what you're going to say or do, the thrill stops. Being unpredictable doesn't mean you're unstable or erratic. It just means you like to keep things intriguing and new. Men who surprise women in ways that pique their curiosity and excitement tend to attract them. A lot of guys get this wrong because they text at the same time every day, plan the same kinds of dates, and compliment their partners in the same way. While consistency is important in a relationship, too much of it in the beginning can make things worse. Being consistent with the same actions is comfortable, but it's not very exciting. You need to deviate from the norm to maintain her interest. For example, don't always text her "good morning" and "good night." When you cease being predictable, such as missing a day or unexpectedly sending a funny or thoughtful message, she begins to wonder about you, your activities, your thoughts, and when you will reach out again. This keeps you in her thoughts. You can also be unpredictable with how you plan your time together. If you usually go on dinner dates, try something different, like a walk, an art show, or even a weird activity like an escape room. Keeping things interesting for her prevents her from feeling trapped in a routine. Remember memorable experiences that involve you. Being unpredictable doesn't mean you should play games or mess with her feelings. You're not trying to annoy or confuse her. Instead, you're trying to avoid monotony. For example, if you're always making plans, let her take the lead for a while. If you're usually serious, surprise her with humor. These small changes keep interactions interesting. Unpredictability also applies to how you deal with your feelings. If you always chase her or agree with everything she says, you'll get boring. Sometimes disagree with her or show her that you have your own life and responsibilities. Lastly, a man who maintains his ground and resists her every whim is more attractive. Balance is important because too much change can make a man look unstable, which is not attractive. The key is to find a balance between stability and times of surprise. Be someone she can rely on and who also looks out for her. When you learn how to be unpredictable, you not only keep people wondering in a beneficial way. Not only will it keep her engaged, but it will also evoke a range of emotions in her. She won't guess what you'll do next, and the secret will make her curious about you. 5. Show trust. Having faith. One of the most beautiful things about a man is his confidence. It's not about being arrogant or flaunting your abilities. It's about understanding your value and displaying it accordingly. Men naturally attract women. Who shows confidence because it shows power, self-assurance, and leadership. Knowing who you are is the first thing that needs to be done to show confidence. There are too many men who try to change who they are to fit what they think a woman wants. They say and do things they don't believe in, and they will stop at nothing to gain praise. This behavior screams fear. Being honest about your likes, dislikes, and values gives you confidence. When you do that, people, including women, respect you. Being sure of yourself also means being happy with how you look and sound. You don't have to be the biggest or funniest person in the room. A calm, collected confidence can be just as strong. It's how you carry yourself that matters. Good posture, steady eye contact, and speaking with purpose all show that you are sure of yourself. Here's a real-life example. Imagine you're on a date and the waitress brings the wrong order. A man who isn't confident might be afraid to speak up because he doesn't want to make a scene. Confident men would gently but firmly identify the error and ensure its correction without resorting to rudeness. This small action shows leadership, self-respect, and maturity, all of which women admire. Another key aspect of confidence is being decisive. Women prefer men who can take the initiative and make decisions, rather than spending hours asking, "I don't know, what do you want to do?" For example, instead of endlessly asking where to eat, they prefer men who can take the lead and say, "I know a great place I think you'll love. Let's go there." Grace. If she's not interested or something doesn't go your way, don't let it rattle you. A confident man doesn't take rejection personally. He knows his worth and understands that not everyone will be a match. This resilience not only keeps you grounded, but also makes you more appealing because it shows emotional maturity. However, confidence isn't just about how you act around women. It's about having a fulfilling life outside of her. Pursue your goals, hobbies, and passions. When you have something you're passionate about, it naturally boosts your confidence and makes you more interesting. Focusing on his goal makes a man more attractive than one solely interested in women. To be confident, you need to know what you're worth. Being in charge of your life and being true to yourself gives off a confident vibe that makes you attractive to women. You can't learn confidence overnight, but with practice, it becomes a natural skill and one of your most powerful tools. 5. Reflect on what she wants. To mirror her desires, you need to understand what she values, wants, and feels, and then express that in your interactions. Instead of pretending to be someone else, pay attention and tailor your approach to her. This subtle technique creates a sense of connection and makes her feel like you truly get her. The first step is listening. Too often, men try to impress women without taking the time to understand what they're actually looking for. For example, if she says she's passionate about fitness, showing interest in that area, even if it's not your main focus, can create common ground. Ask her about her favorite workouts or tell a story about your own experience with fitness. Mirroring her doesn't mean doing or saying the same things she does. Instead, it means finding values that are similar to hers and showing her energy. If she's happy and playful, match your tone with laughter and a good mood. If she's shy and thoughtful, be more serious and thoughtful with her. When your energy matches hers, she'll feel more at ease and attached to you. You can also use this method for physical mirroring. Subtly copying her body language can help you connect with her. For example, if she leans forward during a conversation, she should also lean forward a little. If she's relaxed, don't be too stiff or formal. Just make sure it looks natural and not forced. If she notices, it could come off as awkward. Supporting her ambitions is another way to show that you understand what she wants. Let's say she's working on a big project or trying to reach a personal goal. Recognize and support her efforts. When she knows you're rooting for her success, it makes your relationship stronger. But just because you want what she wants doesn't mean you have to give up your own identity. The key is to find a balance between being compatible and being yourself. Show her that you have your own values and goals in life while still paying attention to what she cares about. For example, if she likes to travel and you don't, show that you're interested by asking her about her best trips or saying that you want to go on another adventure with her. Matching her wants requires a reciprocal exchange. Dynamic. It shows her that you value her uniqueness while still being yourself. This balance of understanding and authenticity makes her feel more connected to you on a deeper level. When done right, this technique not only makes attraction stronger, but also sets the stage for a deep and lasting connection. Finally, win the Be the Prize award. Putting yourself as the prize is the last and maybe most important psychological trick. You don't have to be cocky or think you're better than everyone else to be the prize. You simply need to recognize your value and exude a quiet confidence that asserts, "I contribute significant value." Men who have their lives together and don't desperately seek validation naturally captivate women. To be the prize, you need to focus on yourself first. Create a life that you're proud of, full of purpose, passion, and fulfillment, whether that's pursuing your career, pursuing your hobbies, or staying physically and mentally healthy. When you do this, you won't have to chase anyone. Your energy will naturally draw people to you. Establishing rules is a crucial aspect of being the leader. Don't put up with rudeness, flakiness, or actions that don't match your values. Men let women walk all over them because they don't want to lose their attention. A man who knows his worth doesn't settle for less than he deserves. When you hold yourself to a high standard, others will naturally do the same. Women find men irresistible when they feel like winning. Their attention is an achievement that doesn't mean playing games or being cold. It means letting her work a little to earn your time and affection. For example, don't always be the one to initiate contact or plan every date. Let her invest in you as much as you invest in her. Remember, this is about mutual respect and value. It's not about putting her down to lift yourself up. When you treat her with respect while maintaining your own standards, you create a dynamic where she sees you as someone worth having in her life. Now let me leave you with this. Women are incredibly intuitive. They can tell when a man values himself and when he's just faking it. So don't try to act like the prize. Be the prize, work on yourself. Stay consistent and watch how the dynamic shifts. If you've got experiences or insights about these psychological tricks, or even moments where things didn't go as planned, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear about your relationships and what has worked for you. Thanks for watching, and remember that relationships should make your life better, not control it.